Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 12 of our ORL season 10 here at the circuit Magyar Magidic at Hungary. And do we have a race for you? It's extremely close. But before we get into it, we do have 3 new drivers. We have VP Marek, who is an AOR Split 1 driver. We have VSR Soron, who is an AOR Split 2 driver, and Johan Engberg, who is an AOR Split 3 driver. So very quick drivers, so definitely watch out for them in the race. Don't forget, Veloci Formula Danny, Veloci Photon, and Flex's Master are all Hungarian, so this is their home race. And Photon and Formula Danny are starting 2nd and 3rd, so watch out for them, as they will, I'm sure, be extremely hyped to try and win their home Grand Prix. However, qualifying was an extremely close affair. Jury, however, put on the ultra soft tyres and he stormed to take pole. However, everyone else was on the soft tyres, and there was a 1/10 of a second that separated Photon, Formula Danny, Marek and VSR Muller. So expect a very tight and close battle between those guys. Also, it's close in the midfield. Weke, who qualified 10th, he was only half a second quicker than Twin Barrel J, who's in 17th. So we have a very close race at the front of the grid and towards the back of the grid. Also important to mention, we have a lot of different tyre compounds being selected. Most people are on the soft tyres. Oh yeah, of course they're on the soft tyres. If they qualified on ultra softs in qualifying, they can put on the softs for the race. So it's only Myla, Weke and NLE Jury who are on the ultra softs. I'm just going to write that down. Right, so we're going to put on position change, because that is usually the best thing to do. We want gap to be to the leader. No, we want interval. So let's turn that down now. Here we go. 5 red lights. And away we go for the Hungarian GP. Jury seems to get a good start on those ultra softs. He moves straight over to the inside, but Photon's got a great start. He's moved up into 2nd place. Can Formula Danny hold it around the outside? He can. Photon runs a bit wide. He pushes out VSR Muller. Can Calcifer pick up the pieces from that? Let's just stick on board with them. It's getting very close. There's a lag spike from someone. Who is that? Soren's getting a massive lag spike. But Photon is going to hold on to 3rd place as VSR Muller and Marek are side by side up the hill. Calcifer has gained 2 places though. Right, what other changes do we have? Matthew's gained 3 places. It's a great start from him. Black Panther's gained 3. Zara has gained 4. And Twin Barrel J has got 2. Mile is the big loser. He's fallen down to 13th. Johan Engberg, he's fallen down to the back of the grid. So has he had contact? Let's stick with VSR Muller. He's had dropped down the grid a fair bit. He's dropped 1 place actually. Only 1 place. Myla has dropped down another spot. We constantly see this from Myla. He doesn't have that pace at the start. But Weke is having a shot down the inside of Matthew, but he can't make it stick. Let's stick on board with Black Panther for a second. Johan Engberg has left the session, so I'm not sure if he's had an incident. But it's very close between these guys right now. Panther is within DRS. Well, DRS isn't enabled right now, but he's going to go for the outside. Meanwhile, if we look behind Myla, it's looking for the outside of Barney, and Flex's Marcy will follow him through. But Black Panther can't get the move to stick on Weke. Flex's Marcy is going down the inside of ORL Barney, but we're going to head back up the grid, because Photon is closing in on Formula Danny. Don't forget, Milo, Weke and Jury will be pitting early because they started on the ultra soft tyres. So currently the big winner is Matthew. He's currently sitting fairly low in the championship, so some big points on offer for him. What about Mark? He's not too close. Whoa, he has a massive moment with the back end. Matthew's way too far back to capitalise on that though. However, look at this train. Calcifer is holding people up. VP Marek closing in. Not often we say that Calcifer has a choo-choo train behind him. But look at this. Photon is closing in on Danny. Who do we stick with? Let's stick with Muller. He's within 2/10 of Marek, so we might see a little dive bomb into turn 1. DRS has just been enabled. Right, Matthew and Weckett are battling for position. We've got over here just in time. We've got Black Panther just behind. There's a little bit of contact. Can Myler take advantage side by side with Black Panther for the minute? Black Panther will hold it. He does have the inside for turn 3. But let's look ahead. Matthew. He's going to back off as Soren picks up a time penalty. Right, I need to write down the penalties as Black Panther gets very close. Too close right now. Flexes Marcy's also catching up, but Matthew runs wide. He's going to drop a lot of positions. He's also lost a place to Barney and Twin Barrel J. So from running in 10th place, he's down to 15th. That's a massive, massive mistake. Flexes Marcy having a little look at Myler, but we have to go forward because DRS has been enabled. Can Photon pull something off on Formula Danny? Formula Danny just too far behind to get DRS off on Jury. VP Marek, here we go. He's looking for the inside on Calcifer. Can he do it under the brakes? Side by side. And he will make it stick. Meanwhile, VSR Muller, can he have a little look? Almost contact. There's a yellow flag for some reason now. Let's stick on board. VSR Muller, he's got a decent run, but getting the move to work into turn 4 is very, very difficult. Meanwhile, Myler is very close to Wecker. He's run wide, he's done a bit of a massa, but he's down the inside of Flex's Marcy. Side by side now into the chicane. No way is he going to go for this. As Barney has a bit of contact with Myler, Myler had to back out of that massively as expected. Has Barney lost a piece of his front wing? That could be a massive shame for him. He was doing so well. But Black Panther is in 9th now behind his teammate Mark. So he will be trying to close that down. However, VSR Muller, we have to stick on board with him because he will have DRS on Calcifer. Calcifer also has DRS though. So maybe he will have to wait for next lap. However, Jury is into... Jury has been overtaken by Danny. And VSR Muller had to back out of that. And Soren has picked up the place. So we missed 2 incidents there. But what's happening with Photon? He's looking to get the switcheroo on Jury. Jury must have made a mistake through the last corner or something. Velocity Photon will get the better drive through turn 4. Can he get the cutback through 5? He does. He will have the inside for the chicane. How brave does he dare be? Side by side, he can't make it stick. But again, he's got another cutback. And he's got the inside for 9 now. And he holds it around the outside. A great move by Photon and a great battle between the two of them. But look at this now. VP Marek is right on the tail of this battle. Down the inside he goes. Marek will move up into 3rd place. Great battle. Sorry, great move I mean. And look at this train behind Jury now as his tyres start to wear off. He will come into the pits this lap. I'm a great commentator. I knew he was coming in the pits. His tyres are completely gone. Muller though, he has made his way back past Soron. And he now has DRS on Calcifer. Can he make it work this time around? Calcifer goes defensive. Muller will go for the outside. Little bit of a lock up. Let's look on board from Soren's perspective. Muller having a little look. Soren, Calcifer tries to leave the door open. Oh, Soren has a massive moment. VP Mark will close right up onto the back of this then. But look at this. Muller almost taking a look down the inside, but he will have to back out of that. Where other battles do we have? Matthew, Barney and Elsinger. We have a massive battle going on here. As Matthew and Barney. Whoa, 3-way collision there. And Jury almost gets collected in that. That was crazy. Barney and Matthew, I think, went wide and got collected by Myla, I feel. I can't remember who was involved in that. But we caught it. We caught it on camera. Hopefully that hasn't affected Jury's car in any way, shape or form. That would be a massive, massive shame for him. However, Muller is on the back of Calcifer and he will get DRS. Calcifer doesn't have DRS to save him this time. So you will expect Muller to get the move to stick. Calcifer, he's not going to pull off a Schumacher. Remember Schumacher Barrichello back in 2012. And Muller makes the move stick. Can Calcifer possibly have a go? Oh, Muller runs a bit wide. Almost a little bit of contact. Into the fast flowing left-hander. But he might just have to go in for the right-hander. Elsinger's going to go defensive. Side by side. Jury will hold it around the outside though. Great move from Jury around the outside into turn 12. Oh, and it's a brilliant dive bomb there from Mark to move up into 6th place. Can he close down Soron now? Meanwhile, Jury and Flex's Marcy are side by side. Jury on the fresh soft tyres. So Jury has made light work of everyone around him. As Photon picks up a 3-second time penalty, that could be crucial. But Toffee has the DRS. He will have a go into turn 1 this time round. Weebs does get the better exit though. Could he possibly try to hold it round the outside? Weebs got the better exit, but Toffee had the DRS round the outside of turn 2. Can he make it stick? He has. Weebs has held on to the position. Great racing between the two of them. But this is fantastic news for Myler, who is closing them up. Oh, and there comes Myler. I think Toffee let his teammate through. Jury's going to go for the late apex. And it's a beautiful run out of the final corner. Panther will go defensive, but I don't think he's going to really be able to do anything. Muller and Soren have come out in 8th and 9th place. So Jury's only a little bit behind Soren, so that's not bad for him. However, Jury's ahead of Muller and Soren, which is pretty good considering that he is on the soft tyres. He does have one more stop, but he is a fair bit ahead. Will he have a little dive bomb? He takes a look. Is it contact? Almost. But he forces Marek to leave the door open crucially. And now he has DRS. There's contact actually. I think Marek just understeered slightly, but Muller has come out right behind the pair of them. Look how close Jury is. And there's not much Jury can do about that, as VSR Muller's going to close up to them. Come out around Myler. And Jury's unable to hold back Muller. We kind of just saw that. Will he have a go into the right-hander? They both lock up slightly, but Muller will hold on to it on his freshest set of tyres. Can he stay ahead of Muller though? This is going to be crucial. Muller will get the cut back. He doesn't get DRS though. Side by side into turn 2 they go. Who will get it to stick? VSR Muller tries to get the cutback, but it's not going to work for him. Whoa, we're having a massive moment, but look at this. Marek is going to have a go. Back markers have massively affected this battle, and Marek makes the move stick round the outside into the chicane. But this is going to be interesting now, because Muller has the double DRS, so we might see a massive change of positions into turn 1. So Formula Danny makes a move stick. Photon went defensive, but not defensive enough. However, what is going to happen into turn 2? Will Muller have a little look? He does, but Photon has a look at Danny and can't quite get it to work. Go down to Elsinger, Black Panther. They're side by side going into turn 1. Black Panther will get DRS for the second straight. I think he should have it. VSR Muller is getting very close to Photon. We're going to switch over in just a second. But it's still side by side between Panther and Elsinger. Again, Elsinger's on much older tyres, so I'm surprised that he is fighting for this. But Black Panther does get it to stick, unsurprisingly. But look at this. Photon and Muller side by side. And Muller got it to work into the right-hander of 13. And Photon now peels into the pits. VSR Soren, he's just too far back, but he will get a better exit. Could this be his time to finally get past Mark? He's going to have a look down the inside. There's contact. But VSR muscles his way through, and a good move from him, I feel. So I feel that Mark closed the door slightly unfairly, but Muller picks up his 3-second time penalty. Whoa, as there's a massive ghosting there. I'm not quite sure what's happened, but Soren and Mark are battling once again. Mark down the inside into turn 6, I believe. Turn 5, sorry. And Mark, it will get the position to stick. Great move from him, and Calcifer is closing up to them now. And Flex's Marcy has DNF'd. What has happened there? Let's see if we can ride on board with Elsinger and see what's happened. Elsinger was 12 seconds, and Marcy ran into the wall. You can see his car, it just went off there. So that's crazy. Marcy is out of the race, and all of a sudden Myler will have a shot of battling for 10th place with Elsinger. But look at this. Formula Danny super close to VP Marek. He will surely have a go this time. What is this view? He has a go for the inside, but Marek brakes super late. Oh, and Marek's into the barrier. He almost connects VSR Muller. And Marek, what have you done? Trying to get on the power just a little bit too early. Trying to compete with Formula Danny's fresher tyres, and it has cost him. Hopefully for his sake he hasn't lost his front wing. I think he has though. He seems to be understeering a fair bit. And all of a sudden, Mark is in contention. Mark and Soren are now battling for 3rd place if Marek has to peel into the pits. Let's just ride on board with him for a bit. I think he has lost his front wing. But Soren is so close to Mark. And now Photon and Jury will presumably jump Marek as well. But Muller is closing in onto Formula Danny. Will he have a little look into turn 13? No, he won't. How close can he get? Formula Danny has more battery power, but will he fight for it? He won't actually right now. Will he try just to go for the cutback? Watch how much earth he releases here. He's releasing a fair bit. Oh, wrong button. And Marek is in the pit, so Mark has been promoted. Oh, and he almost loses his back end, but he can't quite hold it. Meanwhile, Soren, he hasn't been able to make it stick either. VSR Muller has taken the lead of the Hungarian GP, and Soren again can't find a way through. NLE Jury is now only 7 seconds behind these guys though. And Soren has picked up another 3-second time penalty. That's his 4th. If he picks up one more, he will be disqualified from the race. To help him just a little bit. He's going to go for it. Can he Daniel Ricciardo style it into turn 1? Muller leaves the room. Mark taking the middle of the road. Soren is almost finding the inside as Mark runs wide through turn 2. No, he's not going to go for the inside into 4. And Mark picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's his 2nd time penalty. But Soren has 4. So even if Soren gets past, it won't really matter. Formula Danny though, he's got DRS. He will take a look. Muller goes defensive. This is the battle for the lead of the race, for the win. Black Panther picks up a 3-second time penalty. Is there contact? I saw wheels touch, but Formula Danny has the inside into turn 2, and he's made it stick. Formula Danny retakes the lead. Great battle between the leaders. But here we go. Muller has DRS, but Danny has more ERS, and Muller just can't get as much speed as a result. Danny saved his ERS well through that lap. However, we've got Soren. Soren can't get the drive. And Marek sets a new fastest lap of the race. He's only 6 seconds behind Photon. And again, side by side between Soren and Mark. but Mark will hold it. Great driving by Mark. He's been hard but extremely fair. Kaltova is right on the back of this now. Has Soron run out of tyres? And Marek has a 5-second stop-go penalty. And that's his 4th one. And Marek is DNF'd. Doesn't seem to have the tyres. He's wasted his tyres. Look at the understeer. Has he lost his front wing? What has happened at the end? And Jury is closing in like crazy. And Photon, you can see Photon right on his tail. Soren is going to stay out. We've just got one more lap to go. VSR Muller is right on the tail. This will be his last chance to take the race win. He goes down the inside. Is there contact? No. Formula Danny has the inside now for the right-hander. VSR Muller, will he have a cheeky little look? No, he can't. Kaltova, meanwhile, has taken Soren. Soren will have a little look down the inside into turn 3. Will there be contact? No, there won't. However, how close is Muller? He's close, but he's too far back. Plus, he has the 6-second time penalty. Don't forget, guys, let us know who is your driver of the day. And Jury has passed Soron. I don't know why I thought that was the final lap. I do apologise. But look how close Velocity Photon is. Photon's going to take the outside. And I saw a time penalty pop up, but I'm not sure who that is for. Mark has 6 seconds of time penalties, but Kaltova has 3. So Kaltova cannot jump Mark as it stands. And Sorum has another 3-second time penalties. He will be disqualified from the race. Panther will move up into 7th place as it stands. Muller is close to Formula Danny. This time it will be Danny. He will take the race win this time round. Jury and Photon are extremely close together. But Formula Danny will come round to take his 2nd win of ORL here at Hungary at his home track. And it is a great win for him. But let's stick on board with these guys. It's getting extremely close. Almost contact. Give it another lap. Kaltova would not have held on to 4th place on track. And it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 3/10 of a second separating the pair, all 3 of them. And Soren just didn't have the pace and will be disqualified at the end, unfortunately, due to time penalties. Which means Myler will take 10th place and Weke will pick up the final point. A massive congratulations to our winner, who is, of course, Veloce Formula Danny, followed by VSR Muller and Mark 313. Mark with a great race, actually. Defended like crazy. Formula Danny takes 1st place ahead of VSR Muller, followed by Mark. Kaltova takes 4th. Jury takes 5th, followed by Photon. Jury and Photon both have the same amount of time penalties. However, expect Soren to be disqualified as he has 5 penalties. If you have 5 or more penalties in an ORL, you do get disqualified post-race. Black Panther had 1 time penalty, but it wasn't enough to change his position. He takes 8th place and picks up 4 points, which will be crucial for the championship. Elsinger in 9th, and Myler picks up the final point of the race. So, we are with our race winner, Velocity Formula Danny. Your 2nd win of ORL, how does it feel?
It's 2 out of 3, but 3 out of 3 for Veloce, as we are in the league together, so it's pretty successful. I like this race a lot. I hope you watched us battling for the lead with Müller, with Marek and with Photon. Unfortunately for him, there was a lapped car who didn't really find himself right position on the track, to be honest, and he damaged Photon's wing, but it was still a freeway battle to the lead after Marek made a mistake, but as far as I'm concerned, he had some issues with the PC as well, so maybe half-half blame, but Müller was there all over the place and all over the race, so it was an amazing thing to live, and I really enjoyed it. But yes, this was an amazing race and I enjoyed it a lot.
Right, so that battle there you were having with Photon and Muller, in the last lap, it got super close with you and Muller.
To be honest, I always had the confidence in my positioning, in my ERS management and fuel management, so I was quite confident that I can get the race win. I tried to be smart strategically, save tires for the last few laps, and I didn't bother myself when Müller overtook me first, because I know that there was still a few laps to go and I can re-overtake him. But of course, in the last 3 laps, I tried to defend as hard as I could, but I think it wasn't that close. We weren't even really side by side. I think I managed to always have the good exits in the last corners, and it helped me out to get the race win. But yes, in terms of time, it was only 3 tenths. It's extremely close, and Miller is only an F2 driver in AOR, but he is developing himself in a really quick way. So I look forward to battle him in the next few races and see how he improves his skills further and further, and I'm sure that he will continue challenging for the victory.
Nice words. Thank you, man.
I did want to ask, because towards the end of stint 1, Photon pitted, and you didn't pit for another 3 laps. I was expecting you to pit straight after and react, but you decided just to go on for those extra laps. Was that just because you knew your tyres would just be that much better at the end, or?
No, to be honest, at that point I just wanted to have fun, because if I pit the same lap or a lap later, then I have the lead and that's it. But I thought that how exciting it would be if I pit like 4 laps later. I will have fresher tires, but I can go full attack and enjoy the race more.
Right, and final question. It was your home Grand Prix. Does that make it a bit more special?
Yeah, it makes it special because this is the track I hate the most, to be honest. In real life, it's amazing. You don't know how amazing it is. Elevation changes, the asphalt is very unique as well. A lot of twitchy sections. But here, unfortunately, and I don't want to criticize the game that hard because Codemasters is doing his best job to do this game right, but this is just cannot convey the same emotions to me, this track, in the game as it does in real life, and I just don't enjoy driving here because the curbs are very unexpected, or I don't know how to say it, but it's very random how my car works there. I look up a few times, so maybe my skills are not perfect here neither, but I need more practice then, and just the way the track goes in the game, with the corner cutting as well being very strict, and you can never attack like real drivers do in real life in this track, and I don't know if it's good or not, but I just don't enjoy it as much. So yes, this is still special, but not in the good way, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Well, thank you again for talking to us, and best of luck for the next race.
Thank you very much.
Right, we're with second place man, VSR Muller. Go on, talk us through that race, because you had a fantastic battle with Formula Danny.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Danny, for your nice words. I'm hoping we can fight some days in F1. But yeah, the race was quite cool. As Danny said, I don't like Hungary either, because the chicane in Sector 2, it's ridiculous what you can do and what you can not do. But yeah, my start was okay. Got a little bit pushed wide by Photon, but I think Marek was on the inside of him, so yeah, it was okay. And then I think I lost some seconds behind Calcifer, but I managed to overtake him and to be I don't know how to say what I was, but I was happy with my pace because I don't, as I said, I don't like Hungary that much. But the battle in the end was really nice, and I think it was the best battle I ever had on this particular track.
Great. Do you think there was any slight mistake you could have made, or if you went back, anything you'd do a bit differently to try and go for that race win?
Maybe I shouldn't get that much time penalties. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna back because they're like a lot of random.
Right.
But yeah, I was happy with my driving style, and that was so fast because I didn't thought that I could be so fast on this track. So yes, it was cool.
You're climbing up the championship very quickly. Do you think you can catch up to Calcifer?
I don't know how large the points gap is, to be honest, but I don't know. I think we are now halfway through the season.
Yeah, roughly.
A bit more. So I don't know. Maybe not. We will see. We will see.
And are you looking forward to Belgium? Is that a track you do enjoy?
Yes, it's my favorite track. So
Mine too. Favorite track.
See, you say that. The last time we asked someone if the next track they enjoyed and they said it was their favourite track, they went on the one, and I think that was Mark who did that, and that was for Canada. So, you should be in good fortune.
yeah, Belgium is. Don't know. I just like every corner on this track.
Right.
Thing. Actually, I was for the AOR time trial events. I was quite fast there. It was my fastest track compared to the other drivers. So we will see. I'm hoping that I can win, but I don't believe in it.
Okay. Well, best of luck for that race, and I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. And thanks again for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So we were with Mark, who was an absolute beast when it came to defending his position. You had an insane race. Just what was going on there? Because he just couldn't get past.
Yeah, I wasn't really very happy with my qualifying, and it's very difficult to overtake on this track. That's why it's called Monaco 2.0. And I wasn't happy with my setup, and yeah, the practice didn't help a lot. So luckily, I got the overcut on Soren. So yeah.
There was one moment, Mark, where you and Soren, you were side by side. He had got past, and then all of a sudden I saw some ghosting, and then you were back ahead. So, just curious as to what happened there.
Oops. Sorry.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think he maybe lagged or something. I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, a great.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, a great battle for you, and a great podium from yourself. And best of luck for the race.
Thank you.
A few incidents ahead of you, but how was your race anyway?
Lost bit of time at the beginning and then couldn't catch Mark and Soran. And then, yeah, lost time behind Soran in the end. Was possible to get third, but yeah. I lost bit of front wing behind him.
So you say you had the pace, but again, qualifying went fairly well, I think. Where do you think?
No, it didn't.
No?
It didn't.
No.
No. No. I just got one lap
Oh yes.
and it was the last one. Yeah.
What do you think? Apart from qualifying, what do you think went wrong in the race then?
I think in the end, just I got stuck behind Soran. I got penalty and lost front wing. If I would have been third, I would be happy, but not today.
Yeah. If you hadn't picked up that last penalty, I think you would have just jumped Mark by like 0.3 of a second or something.
Yeah.
It was quite tight. And as I was asking Muller, how safe do you think your lead at the top of the standings is?
Depends how Miller will do, but yeah. If he's,
Well, I will try it.
if you're there any race or all of the races, then you could catch me.
Because I think
But
Muller,
catch me if you can. Catch me if you can.
Because I was going to say, I think Muller, Danny, and Photon are getting quite close to Crow, I think.
Yep.
So, as we've been saying, how do you like Spa?
I liked it. It's one of my favorite tracks. Yeah.
Well, best of luck for Spa, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Soren, you had, as I was saying to Mark, you had a fantastic battle, but it just seemed that you couldn't get the drive out of the final corner.
Well, first of all, I think that it was a very disappointing race for me. I didn't have a good setup, I think, and I was sliding a lot during race. Quali wasn't really good for me too. I was very far behind some guys like Müller or Photon or Danny. So yeah, it was a big disappointment, and well, then it was very tough because I had to to try to overtake Mark after his overcut. Fortunately, cold tires was very tough for me, so he was able to overtake me, and yeah, then it was quite complicated. I want to say.
A few laps before the end, you started to fall back. Were your tyres still alright, or had they, fallen off the cliff?
My tires was good, to be honest. But yeah, no, it was the front wheel we were damaged. I hit Mark because I didn't think that it will break earlier, and I just moved in fact to show that I was here, and when I come back to my trajectory, he breaks, so I hit him. I'm quite sorry about that. But yeah, then about the move that Mark called when we were side by side, it was a technical issue, and the problem is I don't know if there was also a technical issue, but I see that it just hit me at the chicane, and so I weren't able to pass the chicane.
Well, unlucky that you couldn't get past Mark, but it was great entertainment from a viewer perspective. So thank you for that race, and best of luck for your next races in AOR and ORL.
Thank you very much.
Myla, we've noticed in this race, and indeed last race in Germany, and I think in France as well, you're qualifying on the ultra soft tyres. You're getting really high up the grid, but you're getting eaten up a bit at the start of the race. Are you going to stick with the qualifying on ultra soft tyres, or maybe move over to qualifying on the harder compounds?
Yeah, I hope just to make chaos in the front, that mix everything for the other people. They have the strategies and that mix it, and that because of that they make more mistakes. So that's all.
I like your thinking. So
yeah.
I'm sure next time out in Spa, then we're going to be seeing you on the front row of the grid again.
I hope I will better prepared than for today, for sure.
Well, it's exciting for us because it means you've got a pit early, come out on fresh set of tyres, and you're flying through the field. So I'm perfectly happy with that strategy.
Thank you.
All right. Well, best of luck for Spa then, and thanks again for joining us.
Yeah.
Right, guys, that was, of course, the interviews with our fantastic winners and top 10 and stuff. And this was round 12 from the Hungarian GP. Thank you guys to all of you who watched. The next race will be at Spa-Francorchamps. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. It will be at Spa, at the famous corner with Eau Rouge, Pouon, Blanchimont, La Source. And that's about all of the corners I can remember from that track. But yeah, we will be back live next week on Thursday, same time, 7:45 PM GMT, so 8:45 for most of Europe. So I'll see you guys then.